I tell you what, this is a special treat for me this week because we're doing something I normally don't get to do hardly all, and that's muskie fish. I like to fish for muskies, but I don't ever get a chance to do it. And so, what better place to do it than northern Wisconsin? Here we're fishing with Rob Manthei. He's a muskie fishing nut, been in this area, just a hardcore muskie guy in this area. This is a part of the world that produces a lot of big fish. There's a lot of history here, a lot of nostalgia here if you love to fish for muskies, but this is just a special place. This is like ground zero for muskie fishing.
Well, we've got a little bit of weather today here, Jason. We haven't had this in a while. We've been kind of sitting with a lot of stagnant, flat, calm days, some excessive heat. And these are the type of days that you live for. I mean, you know, dark, gloomy days. We had some unstable weather roll through that we had to kind of wait out. You know, we kind of drove away from it so we could get out fishing right now. We got a little bit of a moon window coming in shortly, which is very important when chasing these fish because especially in the last few weeks, we've really had, you know, it's been a open and shut case. I mean, when the moon influence is kicking, the fish are moving, and when there's nothing going on, it's like you're not even casting near fish half the time. You got to make these opportunities count, and you know, we'll see that throughout the next couple days here, just how these fish act. And you know, they're opportunistic feeders, so when they're moving, you got to be, you know, sharp on your game and always be watching, because one thing that's for sure is you never know when old Mr. Muskie's going to make your day and show up and bite. I mean, I tell you, when you're not paying attention, that's when they show up at the boat. Believe me, I watch every cast, and even I make a lot of those mistakes sometimes. But you know, I think we're going to be in for some decent fishing. We're going to have our work cut out for us, but I think we'll get her done. Miss them?
Yeah.
Oh. Did that one touch the bait, Jason?
It did.
Huh?
It just barely.
Just a short tug?
Yeah. I mean, it just short. I mean,
Just a bump, a push? Or?
Yeah, just a bump.
Man, you'd think today they would just be keyed up.
Oh, just a short bump. Just a little bump, felt it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they should be all over those topwater baits this morning. I mean, this is ideal conditions. You know, a lot of times when, you know, people want to think that topwater is, you know, dead flat calm is the best. I mean, I think you usually get more vicious strikes when you have a little bit of a ripple. You know, it kind of disguises some of the stuff going on out there, and they usually mean all business. I mean, you get, you know, we've had that happen twice where there was the traditional waking of the fish up behind the lure, you know, moving water, making a hump, tail out of the water, stuff like that. You know, both of them were just short hits that you know, just came up. They wanted it, but they just didn't commit. But you know, it's a good sign though. I mean, we've had activity from two fish that ate or wanted to eat rather than some of the lazy follows. Boy, if they're moving like that, you know, and we're not even into the moon, hopefully they really go supercharged.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a funner way to catch a fish, huh? You get a muskie blown up on a topwater. Like just the fun factor alone.
Well, type of weeds, you want either strict green cabbage or red tobacco cabbage. You know, a weed bed that might be close to a fast escape to deeper water. You know, like this is a weed hump here that we kind of floated over. and then, you know, 2 tail kicks and they're out into 20, 25 feet out there. So it's a great spot. It's always the first spot I'm going to check on this body of water. And then, you know, out behind us here, we've got a lot of weed flats, and you know, they can get pretty thick in there, even, and make it a little bit difficult to fish. You know, you have 2 options, you know, a bucktail, a spinnerbait, you know, some type of a spinner, and then obviously a topwater. And what better conditions than a nice low light gloomy day for topwater? And we've obviously already seen that after about 5 casts, you know. Fish, 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 fish. Pretty good one, it feels like, guys.
All right, I'll get the net here. Oh yeah.
You just smacked that tube.
All right.
There we go. That's what we've been looking for. It's not a tiger though, but
Oh, that's a nice fish.
nice fish. Let's put that net in the water. Now that one hit it like they're supposed to. Look at that, right in the head. There we go.
All right, nice
Nice.
job. That's a gorgeous fish.
Hit spot
That's
lock
exciting,
here.
huh?
All right.
Fist bump. All right, welcome to Wisconsin.
All right.
All right, beautiful fish. Look at that. Here, let me get a nice photo here.
There's a nice chunky fish right there. Yes, yes indeed.
There. All right, let's get her in the water.
All right, let's send her back. Nice clean fish.
Yeah, that's just a gorgeous.
Get a little clouds. Fish change their attitude. And that's the 4th one we've seen, but one that actually was willing to cooperate.
That is cool.
There we go.
You just switched that up, didn't you?
Tubes are a favorite bait of mine. They're an effective lure. You can work them at a variety of depths. You know, we've had a sunny morning, you know, kind of adverse conditions. Started with the east wind, we switched to a south wind now. You know, we tried some open water stuff, and I said, we got clouds, let's move in a little bit shallower. Kind of switched more to like a walleye color, have you throwing a Musky Innovations walleye colored swimming dog. You know, this is kind of a walleye colored tube here with just a little added color. First cast with this color, bang, you know, so we might have stumbled onto something here and can give it to our advantage. I just think now with a more predominant wind this time of year, the south wind, we got some clouds, we have some weather coming in tonight. I think the next several hours might be pretty good.
Musky fishing's all about windows, isn't it?
There's the fish, late one, nice one, big one, big one, big one. High and wide, high and wide, high and wide, high and wide. I don't think he ever turned with you, Jason.
No, he came off of it right before. Oh, that was a nice fish.
Yeah, that was.
Ugh. Keep casting.
That was a dandy.
Yeah. The lows are low and the highs are high, right?
Oh, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. He ain't gonna eat.
That's the same fish, ain't it?
Yep. You know, I've chased muskies around here my whole life. Got my first experience when I was 12 years old. As a kid, we always came up here on vacation, mainly fished for walleyes and other fish that were basically like table fare. When I first saw a muskie swimming in the water, that really got me excited. And I believe when I hooked my first one, I was 12 years old, and that's all it took. You know, one great thing that we have in this area is we have so many different lakes. We have some deep lakes, we got shallow lakes, we got reservoirs, we've got chains of lakes. I mean, there's so much variety to fish, and you know, they all have something to offer for every level of muskie angler. I mean, we have lakes that, you know, are action orientated. We have ones that are less populated but grow big trophy fish, and there's something for everybody.
You know, I think what I like about muskie fishing is the fact that it isn't always easy. I mean, sometimes you have trials and tribulations. The lows are low. You can go all day, put a tremendous amount of effort into something, and not catch a fish. That's part of muskie fishing. But when it all comes together and you catch a fish or more, you know, catch multiple fish, and everything comes together and you get those windows, those magical moments. You're dealing with such a big, majestic fish. To me, that's the appeal of muskie fishing. That's what I enjoy about it. You just get to touch such a special fish and hold it in your hands. To me, that's just cool. Right here.
Speed it up, 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 speed it up. Go back and up and around. Go up, he's got it. Oh!
That was excitement.
Good execution. That fish wanted it bad. Yeah, no, you executed good. It just, he hit, you know, they normally don't do that. They don't come flying out of the water after it, but.
Adds a little excitement, holy cow. Does that get your heart racing? That's why we do this, right?
Yeah.
I saw that one locked in behind it just like a missile. I mean, just, that was cool. Keep casting.
You know, there's a lot of great lures out on the market these days. This one in particular is a Red October tube. It's a great lure, variety of different rigging options that you have. This one, you can see the nose, it's a nose rig or a jerkbait harness, however you want to call it. They come standard weighted. They have weights inside attached to each one of the hook hangers. But one thing that I modify it with is I like to add a little teaser spinner to it, and I like to make it match so it, you know, it's color coordinated. So I got orange, I put a little orange spinner on that. You know, it adds flash, but one thing is when you do toss it out and you're pumping it or swimming it, that spinner slows the fall down. And I like fishing this one over weeds and having that kind of roller coaster presentation. To me, it looks a lot more appealing with that spinner fluttering it down, and it picks it up, slows it down. But then also, you know, if a fish follows it in, you go into your figure eight, now you have something more appealing at the side of the boat. You know, that spinner almost kind of creates your tube into like a reverse bucktail, and it just gives you some added flash and appearance to a muskie, and it definitely helps you get fish in the eight with them. So, you know, all day here, Jason, we've been bopping around, switching back and forth. You know, you'd ask me what we're fishing, you know, and I said it's relative to the lakes that we're, you know, we have so many lakes in the area here, and some are weedy, some offer weeds and rocks. You know, the water we're fishing on, I've been on and off of it all of the last 2 weeks, and you know, some days you find fish on rocks, some days you find fish on weeds, some days you find on both, you know, and today's one of those days that have been both. And you know, we got to be honest, we had some pretty bad dry spells there, and like I told you before you came, that you know, if you weren't fishing during moon, it almost seemed like you should just sit in the parking lot and cast into the trees, because the fish were just not moving. And you know, right now, you know, we've kind of got a little rock pattern going here towards dark, and you know, we're fishing a hump here that tops off about 5-6 feet. You know, just a classic spot, you know, right before dark to find a fish. And hopefully we can get this one to go here and close it out here at the end of the day on a real good note. Oh, there's one. Oh, got him. I can't believe that just came out of nowhere.
Oh, nice fish, Rob. I'm coming with the net here. I'm just getting reeled in. Nice fish. Oh, look at that T-bone. Oh, hey, the tube strikes again. Right on the figure 8.
Yep, right. I wanted to say, here comes one, and I had a frog in my throat, and next thing you know, he had it in his mouth, but that's all that matters. That's what we're after.
Awesome. And you see what we're doing here? You go ahead and unhook it, Rob, here, but we're keeping the fish in the net. We're just talking about some safe fish handling. Have the tools, keep the fish in the water, unhook it in the water, quick pick, and off she goes.
The clam Colossus nets are great for this. You know, they have that nice big square bottom. That fish is in a giant live well right there is what it is.
Absolutely. All right.
All right, here we go. Nice little greenie.
All right. Gorgeous. I'll get a quick picture of you here, Rob. Hold a little higher.
All right. See you, girl. Thank you. Perfect.
That was cool. Hey, that's why we make all those casts. That's exciting stuff, man. Awesome.